Hey everyone, I'm sure everyone is excited like I am for the Nintendo Direct tomorrow, or I'm recording this tomorrow. By the time you guys watch this, it'll be tomorrow, but I'm hoping some of you guys can check this out before the Direct tomorrow, or today, I should say, on September 6th. Um, Now the thing is that this is not a Smash Bros. Direct, and I think most people are well aware of this, and most people are assuming it's going to be talking about the Switch Online service, which, I mean, we know it's coming out this month, so getting to know some details on it makes perfect sense. I think everyone is kind of predicting this, and I'm gonna have to agree with everyone else. It's kind of obvious, but we'll all see. We do know they're going to talk about 3DS as well, and so I don't know what we'll see, but I mean I'm sure as far as like other games go, I can't sit and try to predict what games we'll see. Sometimes I just like to turn my predictions off and just see what the games we get. But I am curious. This is the first direct besides that Nintendo Indies direct since Smash Bros. Has been announced. And back in the day, back in 2013, 2014 days, waiting for Smash Bros. 4, it was like if there was a Nintendo Direct, that meant at the very end you would get to see a character for Smash. It was like a guaranteed thing. Like every time there was a Direct, at some point during that Direct, a character for Smash would be announced. And some people are really hyped because they think this is going to be like that. I noticed that Nintendo doesn't really do directs like they used to, and when they do directs, they're never like anything to get hype over. They're just like random tidbits of information. There's usually not like a giant big reveal. Like there might be something kind of cool, like when they announced Wolfenstein was coming to Switch, stuff like that, which is kind of cool. But I don't necessarily think that we're gonna see like a big game. I don't think we're gonna see a big game like something crazy. I think the craziest thing we were going to get was like the reveal of Fire Emblem during E3. And then of course the announcement for Smash. Well, it was already announced, but we actually saw like what the gameplay stuff was. But when they did announce Smash, it was at the very end of a random direct. A seemingly random direct. So I do think that the odds of seeing another character revealed is very high. And the question is who are they going to reveal, during the direct? A lot of people are implying it'll be Incineroar from Pokemon Sun and Moon. People are picking him over Decidueye now, and I'm not sure why this all started. It all started with like this random leak where some guy said, "No, not Decidueye, Incineroar." Incineroar makes more sense because he's more of a fighter, and he makes more sense. Um, and the funny thing is about Pokemon Sun and Moon is that it's been out for a while now. And when Greninja was put into Smash, the people at the Pokemon company, the Game Freak, and anyone else, whoever is working on Pokemon at the time, they told Sakurai that Greninja was going to be like the next big thing. Like they kind of wanted him to put in Greninja, it seemed like, and Greninja is a sort of a big thing. So the idea that people think like Decidueye is the one that makes the most sense, or maybe Incineroar, I don't really know. I haven't been keeping up with the Pokemon anime, and so I don't know who's the big Pokemon of the next generation right now. Um, so like it doesn't have to be a starter, for example. It could be really anyone. Like just how Lucario wasn't a starter. Lucario's not a legendary. He's not a starter. He's just like this important figure in the Pokemon franchise, and he's forever going to be an important figure. And maybe Brawl, helped cement that. But he also just kind of became like a big known character around that time because that's the character the Pokemon people wanted to push. So right now, I don't know who they'd be wanting to push for the new Pokemon character. So do I think it's Incineroar? Do I think it's Decidueye? Well, a lot of people thought it would be Decidueye because they did this. I mean, I'm sorry if this offends you, but they did their autistic way of finding a pattern that's not really there. Where they said, "Oh well, in Smash 4 we have a fire starter, and we have a water starter, and so now we need a grass starter. So it has to be someone from a different generation than the first or whatever X and Y was." and it'd make the most sense to be the newest generation, especially because Decidueye probably fits that role better than any other starter for grass types. And then Pokemon Trainer was revealed, and people are still kind of going on this idea that it has to be a starter and it has to be like a grass type. And it's like, well, there's no point in putting Decidueye in now because Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard are all one character again. In fact, if you were to say, well, it's Charizard's the fire starter, that's the third evolution, it doesn't matter because like that character is three characters. It's not just Charizard by himself anymore. That was only for Smash 4. You know, we're not doing that anymore. So I know there's like you guys are like, oh, there's a connection between Charizard and Greninja. There's really not. Greninja was always kind of like implied to be a big deal. He was always kind of pushed by the Pokemon people. So I'm not seeing that. And really, so then people have been kind of saying Incineroar makes more sense now. And really, I don't think any Pokemon will be randomly chosen. If it's gonna be a Pokemon, it's gonna be Pokemon that makes sense. Now, Incineroar could happen. Decidueye could happen. Both of those make sense to me. They would probably both be good fighters. Don't get me wrong. Both of them look like they'd be fine. And it makes sense to reveal Pokemon character right now instead of a new crazy announcement. Like if Geno is going to be in the game. I also am wondering, like, if they're going to do a character trailer video, they're probably not going to show an Echo Fighter unless it's an Echo Fighter that would make sense to be in that video. Sort of like Simon and Richter. Like Richter was an Echo Fighter announced right alongside Simon. So if they're going to announce an Echo Fighter, to me they're not going to do it unless they're going to be like in that trailer as well. So unless like the trailer's really weird, because sometimes they show like Mario and Mega Man, or they'll show Luigi, or they'll show King Dedede, like they'll show characters that don't belong in the right games, and maybe they'll do that with an Echo. Like maybe we'll see like Villager with Isabelle or something, and then it'll show like straight up like a Pokemon just go to Animal Crossing Town and just fucking destroy it or something. Actually, that would be a great way to introduce Isabelle, but that's not what's gonna happen, guys. I promise you. There was like a big leak. I was watching a video on by Papagenos. I guess I should actually just go to 4chan and research the leak, but the leak was talking. I don't believe it, so I don't care. A lot of these leaks, I really don't care. I haven't been keeping up with the big leak world, but one of the leaks said it would show fucking Isaac, and I'm like, I'm not seeing it. And it also said Incineroar. A lot of people are saying Incineroar. I heard Incineroar besides just that leak from many different people. I do think a Pokemon character would make a lot more sense because I'm thinking the next Nintendo character will be added that's not a giant big deal. Like a character that's not a massive deal. Because these directs, this is prime for stuff like Little Mac, Rosalina, Robin. Like that's what these directs are really good for. And like even Palutena, because it's like we need to see these characters introduced to the game if they're newcomers. But if it's a big fucking deal like Geno, they're going to do it in the next like Smash Direct. If it's a big fucking crossover character, that'll probably be in the next Smash Direct. Just like how Mega Man and Pac-Man were both revealed at different E3s. We're probably not going to see something. We're probably not going to see like the most anticipated character. Like we're not going to see Skull Kid tomorrow, though. Really. You think about it, Skull Kid's like a Nintendo character that's like kind of iffy, kind of out there. But I know a lot of us are predicting now, so I think Skull Kid could be shown. In fact, I would probably say if it's not a Pokemon character, then it's probably Skull Kid. If it's not a Pokemon character, then it's probably Skull Kid. And yeah, as far as echoes go, I don't know if we'll see any unless, like I said, they have an echo of that new character, which would be kind of crazy. Or if there's an echo of a pre-existing character from the same game franchise. Funny thing is that the Dixie Kong Echo could have been cool to show during the King K. Rool reveal. But, to be fair, they didn't show Dark Samus during the Ridley reveal. They waited to show Dark Samus. So, who knows? Dixie Kong still has a chance, especially if they follow that same trend. But I doubt we'll see her in like a trailer or anything like that. And I doubt that they'll just randomly say like during the direct, like, here's an Echo Fighter for Smash. Like they're gonna say at the very end, like, and we have a trailer for Smash. You know, that's what they're gonna do. I really think it's what they're gonna do. I don't think they're going to, you know, just randomly say a tidbit or fact about Smash. Though they are, if they are talking about the online functionality of the Switch and the new service that they want people to pay for, they could talk about something involving Super Smash Brothers, with the online. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, my biggest prediction is going to be maybe a new Pokemon. I'm not going to say Incineroar. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say a new Pokemon makes the most sense. And the mainly why is because I don't think there's going to be a new Fire Emblem character. The main reason why is because it seems like with the Fire Emblem franchise, the biggest character they're pushing is still like Corrin, and then characters from Awakening. So unless they're going to add in a character from Fates, and I highly doubt it, they're probably not going to add anyone in, especially because there's going to be a new Fire Emblem right around the corner. And it makes more sense that we might possibly get DLC of a Fire Emblem character from the new Fire Emblem game that comes out in 2019. If we get DLC of Fire Emblem at all, we might, maybe Sakurai has heard the fans that we have enough Fire Emblem. We have enough Fire Emblem representation. But I also want to say it probably won't be a new Fire Emblem character because Chrom is a new Fire Emblem character. He's an Echo. Some people like to say there's 7 Fire Emblem characters. There's 5, and 2 of them are Echoes. And Roy is basically an Echo of Marth. So really, there's like 3 Echoes of fucking Marth. But the thing is that it's like there's 5 characters, and if you don't count like semi-clones and stuff, there's really not that many. It just looks like a bunch, but if you turn on that character stacking thing in the character select screen for the Echoes, you're gonna realize like, oh, there's only 5 characters for Fire Emblem, not 7. It's not that ridiculous. Plus, you have to also remember the history of Super Smash Bros. And including Fire Emblem in those games. It's kind of a big deal. So it's not like this is a ridiculous thing that there's so many Fire Emblem characters. Really, guys, it's not. So I don't think they're gonna be. And there's always like a new Pokemon and a new Fire Emblem character. And so I'm thinking we're gonna see the new Pokemon character. Though we might get something crazy like the retro character, but normally the retro characters are like secret. Like no one really knew Mr. Game & Watch was going to be in Melee. He was just kind of in the game. And same with Rob. Like I didn't really know Rob was going to be in the game, and I remember playing the story mode, and Rob just kind of appeared in the story mode, and I was like, "What? Rob's in this game?" And my friend didn't tell me the whole time. He already knew. He had the characters unlocked, but we didn't play versus mode. First thing we did was play the story mode. That's what I was more interested in myself anyway. And he already beat it, but he was like he wanted to play it again with me in 2-player. So when we got to Rob, it was like this big cool reveal for me, and I appreciate that. And then like the retro character being Duck Hunt Dog in the next Smash game, it's like, yeah, I didn't. They didn't even announce that. Like the 3DS game came out, and then they announced it. Like the first Japanese streamer playing Smash on 3DS in Japan, because it came out earlier there, unlocked Duck Hunt Dog. It was this big finding, this huge thing that people are like, holy shit, Duck Hunt Dog is in the game. Like, yeah, Duck Hunt Dog's in the game, man. And stuff like that is cool. And they might show the next retro character if there is one at all, and I just say Balloon Fighter. I don't know who else it would possibly be. But to be fair, I'm not sure if they would have wanted to shown that the balloon fight stage is in the game if they already, like, I feel like if they're going to show the balloon fight stages in the game, then they might as well just show Balloon Fighter as a character. So he might not be a character, and we might not even really get a retro character, which is, Sakurai doesn't really, it's whenever you think you understand Sakurai, he just kind of throws up his middle finger, So, like, I didn't think there was going to be a retro character in Smash 4, because I didn't notice the pattern then. Now that I know the pattern, it might not come to fruition. So, we'll have to see what happens. But I'm definitely not thinking new Fire Emblem character. I'm definitely thinking Pokemon, Skull Kid, or a retro character in that order. Uh, I don't know. The thing is about the Pokemon is I don't know who it is, so I'm kind of gonna have to say really I'm expecting Skull Kid, but um, I think if they showed Skull Kid now, that'd be a lot better than making us wait for the next Smash Direct. Um, Especially because I don't think Skull Kid. If they show Skull Kid in the Direct, would they show him at the beginning or the end? Because it's like, you know, King K. Rool had this big hype surrounding him. You know, he had this. There's this big thing of like, will he ever be in a Smash game? Probably not. You know, same with Ridley. So the fact that those characters were saved for the end was a big deal. So I think that Skull Kid will either be shown at the beginning of a direct, with Geno being at the end. I think Geno's going to be for sure shown at the end of the next Smash Direct, which will probably be sometime in October. But I don't think that we're gonna. I don't think Skull Kid necessarily has to be in the Smash Base Direct at all. I think they could very well show him in a character trailer for this next direct tomorrow or today, literally. So, it could be Skull Kid. It could be Skull Kid. Um, but we'll have to see what we get. Honestly, I'll just be happy if we even see. If all we see is one Echo, I'll be happy. I just want to know. I just wanted to see some Smash stuff, and I highly doubt they're not going to show Smash. And that's why this is kind of exciting because Nintendo hasn't done a direct like this since Smash has been announced. It's been a while, so it's very exciting stuff. Nintendo finally delivering, and I know we. It's like we just got all this information about Smash, and it still feels so new. But really, it's been a month. It's been like a whole month, and it just feels so exciting. And yeah, so I can't wait to see more. I can't wait for this video tomorrow. Yeah, I'm hoping we also get to see some information about the online in Smash or something, but I kind of think we'll just get nothing but a character. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this video out now. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will try to not be so sick, and I will try to um, make another video soon, and possibly, I don't know what it's going to be about, because at this point, I feel like I've discussed everything I want to discuss about Smash. Any other further character speculation feels fake and not real, and it feels like I'll be treading water that I don't want to talk about, I don't care about, stuff that I don't find interesting. The only thing I would possibly talk about would be like a story mode, what I would want from it. But I kind of changed my mind on what I want from it like every day. So this is my video on the Direct, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.